New information tonight surrounding a 2010 ammonia leak in Theodore that sent more than 70 people to the hospital.
Fox 10 News has learned the U.S. Chemical Safety Board that investigated the leak has released a safety bulletin on its findings. You might remember the leak caused 32 people to be admitted to hospitals for in intensive care.
Fox 10 News reporter Steve Alexander has more on the agency's findings and also talked to the wife of the man who was burned by the ammonia.
This was the scene August 23, 2010, near the Millard Refrigerated Services facility in Theodore. Mobile fire rescue officials reported at least 400 gallons of ammonia spilled. People within a mile of the plant were evacuated.
I just seen all the emergency vehicles, and then shortly after you could smell it, and then we were told to leave.
And in addition to that, we also found
Today, the U.S. Chemical Safety Board held a news conference. It said the facility's refrigeration system experienced what was called hydraulic shock while two ships were being loaded. The board said hot, high-pressure gas mixed with extremely low-temperature liquid ammonia and caused a pipe to rupture. The board did not assign blame or make recommendations, but it issued lessons for industry to follow to prevent similar incidents in the future.
One key lesson is to ensure that there's password-protected controls so that only authorized personnel trained to properly operate and change the settings of the control system.
One of the people interested in the report is Theodore Reed of Mobile. She says her husband, Eric Reed, was hospitalized for 3 days in intensive care after the leak. Mrs. Reed didn't want to talk on camera today, but told us by phone her husband was working in a marine yard near Millard when the leak happened.
All he said that he saw was a cloud coming towards their way, and that was that ammonia coming their way, and he told the guys in the yard to run, and by the time they started running, it hit him.
Mrs. Reed said she rushed to the hospital to see Eric.
They told me that I couldn't touch my husband. They put some protective gear on me because he was exposed to the ammonia. And the doctors told me that the ammonia burned the hairs on the inside of his nose.
Reed was one of 32 people hospitalized that day. He and 3 others were placed in intensive care. 4 years later, Mrs. Reed says her husband is doing much better. He's able to work, but is still under a doctor's care. Officials with the Chemical Safety Board say they hope the safety bulletin they released today will prevent future ammonia leaks like this one at Millard. Reporting from Theodore, Steve Alexander, Fox 10 News.
Fox 10 News has reached out several times to Millard for comment, but we haven't received a response. If you'd like to read the Chemical Safety Board's findings, log on to our website, fox10tv.com, and we'll link you to that site.